Wouldn't that be pretty awesome? Like, we could do a press conference, and we could pull up all those cars out here and take like a steamroller and roll over a Corvette or something. Like, that'd be pretty neat.
That's Louisville Metro Police Chief Paul Humphrey just a while ago, strongly supporting potential new legislation proposed by Republican Kentucky State Representative Jason Nemes of Eastern Jefferson County.
So we asked Representative Nemes to join us live to talk about the idea to give police more power when confiscating those cars. So first of all, thanks for joining us to talk about this issue. A lot of folks want to talk about it. And I was just curious, Representative, what you thought when you saw some of those first videos that we all saw of the street racing, a police car being jumped on, having to back out of a crowd. This was scary to a lot of people. What were your thoughts?
Well, obviously you're concerned about the lawlessness and you want to make sure that we don't have lawless streets, but primarily I'm concerned about citizens, not only private citizens who are just out and about, but also the ones engaging in the misconduct. You don't want anybody to get hurt. And so you want to make sure that we do what we can do to keep people safe.
So you gave police more teeth in the confiscation of cars.
Right.
Now the move to crush them. Tell me about your thoughts on that, and would you be crushing every car? Paul Humphrey was sort of joking there about calling a news conference to watch crushing of a Corvette.
Well, it might be fun to do, and the point is that we don't want to crush many cars. Hopefully we don't crush any cars. If you don't want your car to get crushed, it's easy. Don't engage in street racing. But if you do, and you put our people in jeopardy, and you put their lives in jeopardy, then we want to crush your car. And the reason is because most people that do this, what we found is that they love those cars. And so they soup them up and they trick them out, and then they don't want anything bad to happen to their cars. They love the cars. And so we think if we crush them, that will be a deterrent to people doing this, engaging in this kind of activity. So again, we don't want to crush any cars.
Sure.
If you don't want your car crushed, don't race on our streets.
And that makes sense. But of course, when this first came out, when the mayor said it to the police chief, it sounded like, oh yeah. And then people were like, well, wait a minute. We're always saying that the police don't have enough money. They've got all these funds that need help. So why wouldn't you just sell the car and maybe put the money in a police fund? And I had asked you about that before, and you said maybe that would be an option.
Yeah, we'll go through the process. It's just the beginning. We're starting to draft the bill. We'll have a number of committee meetings. That's something that when I've talked to some legislators that they support. The reason I think we should go ahead and crush the cars is because selling those parts won't bring much money in. It'll bring some money in, but it won't bring much money in. What we're trying to do here is not to get nickels and dimes. It's to stop the illegal and the dangerous activity. And so we think that crushing the cars is more effective at stopping it, which is our goal.
Sending a clear message.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm not surprised that a chief would like this, but you also have strong support from Mayor Craig Greenberg, a Democrat. Were you surprised by that?
Well, I'm not surprised. I think he understands that the safety and the perception of safety is probably the most important thing we have in Louisville that we need to address. And so I think he's trying to do all he can do to make us safe.
Are you frustrated by the street racing? You probably hear it out where you live. It's all over Louisville.
It's all over. I mean, it's every weekend. It's going on all over. It's going on in the south end, the east end, inside the Waterston. It's all over the place. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to send a very clear message, as Connie said. Don't do that in Louisville. Don't do it or in Kentucky, because we want to stop you, and we're going to do things that even including crushing your car, and we know how much you love it. So.
All right.
Representative, we also want to ask you about the mask issue.
Right.
We had Cindy Fowler on at 4 o'clock. That's her area where we had the shooting at PRP. The mask came up during the meeting about that. And she said, let's step back for a second. We're not talking about if somebody's wearing a medical mask in a hospital. We're talking about in the commission of a crime where someone's wearing a full-on mask to cover up what they're doing.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, look, if you're scared or if you're sick and you're even out in Kroger, not just in the hospital, and you're wearing it because of COVID or because of the flu or something, well, then that's appropriate. But we can distinguish between those who are wearing it for those purposes and people who are wearing it for more nefarious purposes. And so I think it's a good thing that our locals are starting to do. And by the way, this ordinance has been on the books for a long time. It's not a new thing. They're just going to start enforcing it again.
Kentucky lawmakers want to crack down on truant students, students who are missing days and days and days of school. You all put that into law. We saw Mike O'Connell, the county attorney, saying, we'll do fines. And he said, don't trust my resolve. I might put a parent in jail. Do you see it going that far?
Well, I hope not. But look, we have a major problem. In Louisville, Kentucky, we have 38% of our JCPS students which are habitually truant. That means they miss more than 15 days of school. That's nearly 10% of school. We have to stop that. So what we tried to do in the General Assembly is we tried to say if a kid misses more than 15 days of school, the school district has to tell the county attorney. What's the county attorney supposed to do? They're supposed to contact the parents or the guardian, get them involved. What do you need? Do you need services? Do you need help? Is it transportation? What's the problem? If the problem is you're not parenting appropriately, we're going to hold you accountable. If the problem is you need more services, we're going to try to get those to you. What are we trying to get here? We're trying to get the kids in class. We're not trying to hold anybody accountable for anything. We're trying to get the kids in the classroom. That hurts not only the child, but also the rest of the students in the classroom. But it also hurts JCPS because the way we fund our schools is average daily attendance. And when 38% of our kids in the JCPS are missing more than 15 days of school, that's millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars that aren't coming to JCPS that ought to be.
All right, we thank you for your time, Representative Nemes, for coming in and explaining these detailed laws that could be coming here in Kentucky.
Absolutely.